Hi, parents and guardians. My name is Mark Tomczak, and I am a social studies teacher here at Lamont High School. This is my 19th year at Lamont High School, and this is also my 19th year of teaching freshmen at the high school. What I want to do right now is run you through a little bit of the information that you will need in order for your son or daughter uh, to get through human geography this year. Human geography is a graduation requirement. It is a class that they need to pass both first and second semester in order to graduate Lamont High School. It's the mandatory freshman class, it's the mandatory social studies class, it's the class that, in some regards, sets them up for some of the other classes that they'll be taking in the department as they move forward over the next 4 years. In terms of remote learning, this has obviously been going on now for a few weeks, and students know what the expectations are for remote learning. Jumping onto the Google Meet on time, which overall students have been very, very well in accomplishing. We ask that they turn their cameras on as much as possible. I understand sometimes cameras cannot be turned on. Some students have said that that maybe drains their battery or that they're having an issue with it and so on. But as much as possible, I like to have their cameras turned on. That way I get to see them. They get to see me. When we're having a discussion, I can see the head nod from them. I can see a thumbs up, thumbs down from them. It's just a little bit more of that visual expectation for me, and also to getting that back from them as well. Um, and again, with other remote learning expectations, I think a lot of the other stuff is basically standard things that you would get in a regular classroom setting. Work is to be completed, work is to be turned in. Students have been told that they really get just one shot at assignments, and that's it. So give me your best work the first time, because you're not going to get a second time to redo those assignments. Biggest thing to pay attention to, just in terms of where all information can be found on the Google Classroom page. All right, students have access to this. If you would like access to this, please just email me and I can give you access to it as well, so that you can check up and see what is going on in class, or what assignments may be coming up, or anything else with that. All the classwork is posted on this page. All the assignments, when they're due, and the different dates of that are all on that page. So we use Google Classroom. I think most of the students are pretty comfortable with Google Classroom right now. And if not, they've been pretty good about asking questions and going from there. We also then have here the daily agenda, which lays out all the daily lessons for the students in terms of what's the objective for the day, what are we doing that day, and then what's the homework layout for that day as well. So here's the learning objective, here's what we did in class for that day, and then here's what they are to do that night for homework. So all that stuff is found on Google Classroom. Next thing I would recommend is on a weekly basis to check Skyward. When checking Skyward on a regular basis, I always say is check it every Friday. That goes for your son or daughter, also to you as parents. I think Friday is a pretty good day just to see in terms of where the grades are at and so on. What I just want to show you a little bit, and obviously your Skyward has all that information on there, but I highly recommend that when you are checking Skyward on a weekly basis, always click on this semester one grade. That's the most important thing. That's the grade that will be set up 18 weeks from now. That's the grade that's going to be constantly changing. These here just kind of give you just a small little idea where your son or daughter is after 6 weeks, after 12 weeks, after 18 weeks. But this is the big thing here. So always click on that. And I always highly recommend when you click on it, make sure that you see if your son or daughter is missing anything. Anything that's a 0 can obviously be turned in, which leads me then to the final point then. Late work is accepted by me in my class. All late assignments can be turned in until that unit of study is done. So figure, again, each unit roughly maybe about 6 weeks or so. So any missing work is able to be turned in up until that point. I guess finally, my information is up here on the top. Phone number. If you really need to talk to me, leave me a message on my phone and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Email is probably the best way of communicating with me, obviously during the course of the day. with running the different meets and everything else with that during the course of the day, I could possibly get the opportunity then to email you back and then give you the information that you need back pertaining to any questions that you may have. If you have any other questions based upon with what I've presented to you, please feel free to contact me again, either through phone or through email. And I hope that everybody has a good rest of the day. Thank you for your time.